Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Edoggz Reviews. In this video, I will be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Transformers Age of Extinction Leader Class Optimus Prime. I like to take a look at the box first before we talk about the figure in hand. So on the front of the box, it would say more than meets the eye. It takes 44 steps to get it from the robot mode to the vehicle mode. This figure is for ages 8 and up. On the right hand side of the box, we have Optimus Prime standing over his vehicle mode there. On the side is this Optimus Prime's shoulder. You have the Autobot symbol, Transformers Studio Series Leader Class at the bottom. On the back of the box, starting from the top, is a scene from Age of Extinction where Optimus Prime is holding a sword. In the middle is Optimus Prime with all these different accessories, and you have the vehicle mode on the right. On the bottom is just the manufacturing, trademarks, and licensing for these figures. On this side of the box is Optimus Prime, Transformers Studio Series, Transformers Age of Extinction. On the top, it says Transformers Age of Extinction, Optimus Prime there. And on the bottom is a barcode. So inside the box, you're going to be getting some instructions on how to transform it. And they are not that difficult. They're pretty good. Also, you're going to be getting some accessories, starting with the Sword of Judgment, which is our very good sword. Painted red at the hilt on both sides, nicely painted there. We have Victor Shield, which is only painted in the circular portion, but it needs more either in this area or on the side. We have the wrist sword. You can plug this in either side, left or right, does not matter. You can have it upside down if you want. And we'll show that off a little later. And then we have this adapter. Now this adapter only goes on his back, and it holds his sword, and you can also plug his shield in there if you wanted to, but I'm going to showcase it on his arm. Right. There we give you a close-up look of the figure. This is what it looks like from the front. This is what it looks like from the side. This is what it looks like from the back. Here it is from this side. And we're going to try to focus on his face, which is pretty good. Right? So articulation. You can go all the way around. Nothing to stop this from happening. We can move the shoulder guards up. We can move the arm out like that, and we can swivel at the shoulder. Now, the shoulder guards can be moved behind if you like that look. The arm is double jointed, so you can have 90 degrees there. We can have an acute angle there, and you can bring it all the way back like that. This way you have options. The wrist can swivel 360 degrees, and it can also bend inward. Right? If I have it in the right spot, you can bend inward, and it will reveal this port for the wrist sword. Now there is this movement at the hands, which has a pin right there at the knuckle, and it can open and close. On the inside, we have the skirt. The skirt can be moved up. You can move the legs outwards like this. There's a swivel at the hip, and then there's also swivel just under, I would say that's the thigh. Let's say the thigh swivel. Let's give it that, right? And you can swivel there. We can bring the skirt down. There is an ankle rocker at the bottom, and when you close it, it will lock into place. The front skirt does move up, just in case you need to, get it into a different pose. That far the waist will move this far, going that way. You can move that down, but it's very limited if you keep it down. On the other side of the leg, going backwards, that's as far as you're going to get, because the back of the leg is going to bump into the top of the truck there, and you can move this all the way back on the lower leg. The head is on a ball joint. You can turn it that way and it gets stopped by the shoulder collarbone, if you will, and the opposite way like that. Same thing. That's about as far up I can get it, and that is all you're going to get when it looks down. If you don't like this option of the way he looks, you can change that. So you can just move these back like this, and you move that back like that. You can have that option. If you don't like this gray piece back here, you can simply flip it down. So you can just go back here, do this, and you just flip it all the way back, and you can have much more cleaner look with it standing up. Also, you can have the smokestacks are more visible back here if you do that. But let's say you don't want the backpack. You can easily disconnect it. So you have to unplug it from the side, unplug it from this side, bring this up, and it's going to be on a mushroom peg. And you can simply just hold it in place, and you push and swivel. It should come off, and you're going to be left with this armature here. It's kind of the same as Ultra Magnus when you're going into like the full form kind of type of deal. So you just bring this down, bring that down, and you can have this look going for you. You know, very clean back. You still have this piece right here, but it's very clean from the side and that side. But for now, we have to put that on. And snap it back in. And you just plug that in. All right. So we're going to do some comparisons, so we can talk about the transformation. We're going to bring in Rise of the Beast Scourge, which stands at 8.5 inches tall. He's a Terracon. And we're going to bring in Buzzworthy Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, who stands at about 6 3/4. And this version here, or the new one, stands about maybe 6.5 inches tall. Right. So you have these three right here. From the front, turn it from the side. Turn it from the back. And back to the front. Now, when it comes to the transformation, there are some similarities that I noticed. There are from Scourge, and there are a bunch of them that come from Prime, but that's normal. Prime always keeps like the same basic transformation, you know, little changes here and there. And as I go through the transformation, I'm just going to point them out to where they share the same parts or the same moves or steps during the transformation. So we're going to move these out of the way. We're going to move this box out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to lower the brightness. So transformation is 44 steps. And what we're going to do is we want to start from the beginning. So that will be the beginning right there. And we want to start with the backpack. So you want to focus on the door right here that plugs into the side. You simply want to bring this out, making this flush. Pull this out. And you're going to create the door for the truck. From here, you want to take this top piece, you want to bring this down like that. Don't close it, but bring it down. You want to bring this up. You want to close the doors like that and like that. Then you want to take this piece, you want to bring it down. And it's going to plug into place with this gray piece right here, this gray tab. From here, we turn it all the way around like that. You take your thumb and you want to bring out the front grille like that. So you should have this going on. So this is ready to go. Next is to disconnect the backpack like that. And you want to disconnect this side and this side. You want to get underneath here where his belly button is, or where this gold thing is. You want to grab here. You want to bring it all the way back. Now it's going to stop because it's pegged in. So you kind of have to like wiggle it out of place. So sometimes you got to push up and do a movement like that. So it's more like all the way up like this. Take this piece right here, fold it in, and it's going to plug into this piece right here. Okay, so we're going to focus on this section right here. Right, so we're going to take the side waist guard, if you will. We're going to bring that up. We're going to bring that up. We're going to take the wheel. We're going to bring this around like that. We're just getting all of this prepped before I do anything else. Take this wheel, bring this all the way around like that. Just leave it right there. And you're going to be left with this armature here. And we simply want to move it downwards, right? And it's going to sit into this cradle, right? But before we put this piece in here, we need to focus on the arms. So you see this piece right here? This is a door. And you flip this up like that. And this is probably the best way I can explain it. You grab this tab that's in the corner and you unlock it and you want to bring it across like that. And then you take that door, you flip it back down. I'm going to show that again. Flip this open. You want to flip this door up. Grab this tab, it's right there. You want to bring it down. And you want to flip it over like that. And then you flip that door right back down where you got it from. We're going to close this like this, right? We want to prep this. We're going to get the shoulder guard out of the way. Bring that back. The best way to do this is turn this all the way around where the fist is facing you. And then you want to take the arm and you want to double joint it upwards like this, like that. Now there's a tab on this side and that's meant for this piece to plug into. So you just turn like that. You want to turn this up, bring it over, and you want to tab this into place. Right? Now underneath you're going to see these slots, and then there's a tab here, and they're going to plug into the forearm on the inside. So you just plug those two together. Make sure all of this is plugged in. And you simply do the same thing on the opposite side. So we're going to leave that right that. I'm going to show it off again. Move this out of the way. You want to turn around like that. You want to bend the elbow backwards like that until it goes all the way back, like so. You want to turn like that. Bring this upwards, and you want to plug this into that. And then we do the same thing. We want to plug this onto the door like that. Now, at this point, you want to bring this down into that cradle. So you just push back. Like so. Now the top half should drop into place like that. If you want to, we can start plugging the front together. So we take this side right here, and you take that side, you plug it in. That's going to create the front of the truck. Okay, we're going to take this piece right here. We're going to flip this up, and it's going to tap into this rectangular piece right here. We're going to go down on this section of the figure. We're going to turn it around at the waist. And we're going to turn the whole figure around because we need to be on this side at this point. Make sure these hands are in the right place. We want to fold this inwards like that, fold that one inwards. And they're going to sandwich together. There's a tab on this side and there's a slot on that side. At this point, we can clip these two things together. Make sure all of this is locked into place. Make sure nothing up here is not in the wrong place. And we're going to focus on the legs. So the smokestacks on the right hand side, you want to turn that way inwards, and you want to do the same thing on the opposite side. They're on this side, you want to turn them inward. You want to take the heel spur, you flip this down, take the feet, bring that down. Same thing on the other side, heel spur, feet. Next, you want to disconnect this from the side. You want to bring it up on this armature. Do the same thing on the other side. Disconnect, bring it up on the armature. Take the wind vane, flip it down. You want to bring this up. And you want to take this piece right here. You want to fold this inwards like that. It doesn't plug into anything. It just kind of just rests there. You have to excuse the sounds from outside. Take this other part of the wind vane, flip it down, and you want to bring this up. You want to flip this in. Now, at this point, you want to bring this forward. Bring this forward. Now, this is kind of the same as the Buzzworthy Bumblebee, where you have to take your shin guards and connect it into the back of the cab. It's kind of similar to that. And you want to sandwich these together. Like that, right? And you need to plug it into this slot right here. Sometimes it will fight you, other times it will work with you, and it's more likely the other times. But take your time, there's no rush. Just make sure this is plugged in. There's a gap there. That's probably the best I can do. Hold on. And there you go. We got one side done, the other side done. Yep, we did it. We did it. All right, so we're gonna bring this up. We want to turn the feet to the outside, like that. Take the feet, bring that on the opposite side, like that. This section right here, where the two wheels are at, you want to fold this down. It's double jointed. Bring that all the way out. You take this gray piece, you want to bring it all the way to the front. Like that. We're going to bring down the brightness. It's too bright. We're going to go right here, and we're going to bring this out like that. We're going to fold this inwards. You take this piece, you want to bring it back up. Make sure it's clipped into place. Do the same thing on the opposite side. Take the two wheels, you want to unplug it, fold it all the way down. You take this gray piece, flip it all the way up. Okay. And you take this gray piece, you want to flip this outwards just before I forget. And you take this blue piece, you need to get it past this piece. So it's a little bit of adjustment, but it's nothing really big. But you just flip that blue piece back up. All right. So we're going to plug these two things into place. So there's a tab here, and then there's a slot there. So just a little bit of adjustment here and there. Close that up. Do the same thing on the opposite side. You might have to do a little bit of adjustment. This piece is supposed to be on the inside, not on the outside. All right, so now we have to do is plug these two things together. Right, we're going to plug the feet together. Sometimes they don't want to stay together. You just kind of have to manage that as best as you can. See, right now it's fighting me because it doesn't want to plug in together. I think I got it. I think I got it. There we go. Now we got it. Now we got it. Yeah, so the foot won't stay in. But yeah, we got it. Just make sure these things are flat. Right here. This came unplugged for some odd reason. And there you have your vehicle mode, which is a Western Star Model 5700 XE. Here it is from the side. As you can see, the red flames are setting the blue field. The hubcaps are painted silver. Here it is from the back. It would have been cool if we had like those transparent red and white plastics for the indicators in the back. You have it from this side. There's no horns on the top, I noticed now. And we have the front of the vehicle, which you have the headlights there, you have the front of the grille, and we have a very small Autobot symbol on the top. All right, so we're going to do some comparisons. let's do some movie ones first. We're gonna bring in a Voyager. This is Battle Shot. Now this truck came out in like 2016, and then we have this tow truck here. We have Nightbird, which is a Nissan Skylander. This is a deluxe. Let's try some Autobots. Here we have Mirage, which is a Porsche. And where is she? We have RC as a motorcycle. But if you're wondering what it may look like against Earthrise figures, here is a Voyager Einheit in his van, Toyota. And then we have Run Amok. No, excuse me, Runabout. I get them confused. This is Runabout. So you have that. Now, storage. Let's talk some storage. You can place all of your accessories on the trailer hitch. So all you need is your adapter. You take your sword and you plug in here like so. Then you take the shield, do back the shield, and you want to plug it this way. Like that, and you plug it right there. Right, and then your wrist sword can be plugged in right there. It's a tight fit, but you can do it like that. So you have all of that going on right there. Okay. Will we get a trailer for this? I'm not exactly sure. I'm not really in the know. I do believe the original one that came out a couple of years ago, a few years ago, had a trailer. So who knows? Maybe a third party make money. So we're gonna go back into the robot mode. Very easy. Now, if you want to keep the wind vane in this position for a little while, just so that the plastic gets used to being there, or sits better, you want to keep it in vehicle mode for a little longer. But the transformation going backwards is very simple. There is a shortcut to it. So you just want to unplug this like that, plug this like that. You want to disconnect the rear. You want to take these double wheels, flip them down, take this gray piece, flip it in before I forget, and you want to bring this all the way back like that. Take the double wheels, bring it out, all the way out like that, and you want to flip it over. From here, you take the foot, you want to turn it all the way on the inside to match the shin guards. Same thing, double wheels, go down, flip it all the way down, bring this inwards, like so. Bring this back up, plug it back into place. Oh, see, I forgot. I always get this gray piece. Take this gray piece, flip it in, flip that in. Take the feet, you want to turn it around on the inside. This part right here, just unplug it. Bring this all the way back like so. You want to separate at the top like that. You want to take this side panel, you want to bring it out like that. And you want to fold down the wind vane, and you want to bring it out like that. And then you want to turn it like so, and you want to bring it down. And it's going to plug into place. Right, show that a little better on the opposite side. Take this panel, bring it out. Take the wind vane, you bring it down, and you want to bring it out like this. Right? So you want to take this piece, bring it around, like so, and you bring the fold down, like that. Make sure all of this is locked into place. You want to turn at the hip, like that, just to get it ready. You want to disconnect the arms from the front of the cab. And you want to spread the arms out like this, like so. At the top, you want to separate the wheels, like so, and like so. Take this blue piece, you want to bring it down. And next you want to rock this whole panel up and over. Like that. And you want to leave it right there. Right? So you need the clearance. Pretty much you just want to make clearance for this. Take the wheels, you're going to bring this down, and it's going to plug into place. Take that wheel, bring it into place like that. You take the side guards, you want to bring that down, because I also forget about these as well. Okay. This part, you can take this piece right here where the gold is, you can bring this out. You want to bring this down like that. We're just getting it ready. That's all we're doing. We're going to bring the side panels up. We're going to disconnect the arms from that door. You want to disconnect the shoulder pads to get them out of the way. We're going to take the arm. You just simply just bring them out like that. And you want to orientate that so it looks normal, like so. Take the shoulder pad, put it back in place. Same thing on the other side. We're going to bring this door in. We're going to disconnect the arm from the door. We're going to separate the shoulder pad, and we're going to bring this arm out. Same thing on the other side. Orientate that so it looks normal. Like that. You take the shoulder pad, put it there. Right? At this point, we need to fix one thing. Right? So we got to take this door right here. We want to fold it closed. Very easy. Same thing on the opposite side. You take this inner door and you want to flip it closed. Like that. We bring this forward. Bring that forward. And on the inside, there are two slots. There's a slot there, there's a slot there. And there's two pegs. There's a peg there, there's a peg there. And that what locks the arms into place. So all you have to do is push forward, right? Lock this into place. Right. Move this up. Like that. Now you can give a tug. If it does that, it's not locked in. So we got to try again. Give a tug on that side. That's locked in. That's locked in. This should be locked in. This whole back piece should be locked in. Right? We're going to orientate the legs before we go any further. So you just want to turn them outwards like that. Turn them outwards like this. Bring up the foot. Bring out the heel. Like that. We're going to finish off with the backpack. So take the front of the truck. You want to flip this in like so. You want to open the doors like that. Like that. Bring that silver piece down. You want to give it a turn like so. Bring it down. You want to tab these into place. There's a slot there, and there's a slot there. And you want to fold these into place. So it has to be just like this. And the same thing on the opposite side. You want to fold the door. Into place. Is this in? Is it even close? No, it's not even. Here we go. You just gotta plug that in, move that up. All right, and there you go, back into his robot mode. Let's get his accessories. Now the sword, let's start with the sword first. So you have this adapter. You can put this in the back. You take this sword, pop it in here. You can point it in any direction you want. It's up to you. You have it that way, or you can have it that way. It's totally up to you. Vector shield, you have this. I'm gonna showcase it while we're here. So you'll take this shoulder pad, or shoulder, I should say shoulder guard, put it back there, and you plug this into his arm. Like that. So you can have this version of the shield, and then there's a second version of the shield. So you take this off, and you can unplug this. You can move it to the outer circle here, like that. Do the same thing opposite side. Now they don't lock into place, and these things are going to move back and forth. So something like that. And then you can put it back on his arm. Okay, so you have that look right there. So I have to just manage, all I have to do is manage that so it looks right. You have that. You take his wrist sword. I'm gonna show that off. So you take the wrist, you fold it in, and you plug it in this way or the opposite way. It's up to you. I like to plug it in this way because it looks normal like that. And you can just have it like that, or you can put it in his hand. Let me give you a background on what that might look like. We're just gonna plug that in here like that. Make sure his shoulder guards. And you're going to have this going on. You could throw it in any pose you may see fit. We're going to do one more comparison, and then we're done. Excuse me, sit there. Let's bring in the first movie. All right, this right here is Blackout. He stands about 11.5 inches tall. We have Rise of the Beast Scourge. Like I said, he's about 8.5. Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, or I should say Buzzworthy Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, but he could also be found in the repackage in Studio Series. I think his number is 102, if I'm not mistaken. And then last, we have Bumblebee. Oh my God, Bumblebee took a spill. And he stands about 5.5 inches tall. Give you a look at that. Move this away. And that we're going to come to a close. The movie Transformers Age of Extinction came out in 2014, directed by Michael Bay, produced by Paramount Studios, and yeah, this is a very good figure. I like the look of it. It does need some extra going on. Like, for example, there's a series called Premium Finish or Finish Premium Series or something like that. And this gray will be replaced by silver. That's the only thing that's missing from this figure. You take this silver, you take that, which is the same color, and just put it everywhere else. You know, keep everything. That's the only thing that's missing, to tell you honestly. But it's a great figure. It has a lot of weight to it. That's because the transformation is distributed throughout the legs and the midsection and the backpack. So yeah, I really am digging this figure. The next movie they haven't touched yet was The Last Knight, so maybe we'll get like a Nemesis Prime version of this, you know, down the line. So I hope you ladies and gents liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. There are more figures that I'm going to be reviewing, such as Scrapper. This is a pre-order from Pulse. And after him, we have Bone Crusher, which I found in Target. And those two things are on the list of things to do. And we also have a tow bike that's coming in the mail. So stay tuned to this channel, and I'll see you in the next video.